Hi friends, welcome to the Crafty Collaborators mini catalogue launch party. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Tracy.bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia, and I am so excited to show you the card that I'm creating today. I'm using this Sweet Citrus bundle that you can find on page 49 of the mini catalogue. I love this bundle because it has a stamp set, a die set, and an embossing folder, which is amazing. So here is my card. The supplies you're going to need are linked in the description of this video, but we have basic white thick cardstock as our base, Daffodil Delight and basic white thick card that we're going to emboss with that white card, and then I've got another piece of thick basic white that we'll stamp with. Our three inks that we're using are Parakeet Party, Calypso Coral and Daffodil Delight. I love these colours together, it's really pretty. So we're starting off with the Parakeet Party and we're stamping 2 leaves. I will say make sure that you give yourself a little bit more room than I did. You'll see why later on in the video. There is a set of 3 beautiful flowers that go together. I've stamped them in Calypso Coral, and then we've just added our centers as well. There are 2 centers in that stamp set. I'm just using the one that has the 2 together, but there is a bigger center in the stamp set as well. Okay, so moving on to our lemons. Daffodil Delight is my main base of the outside of the colour, and then with our more detailed inside piece we're actually going to do second generation stamping, so we're stamping off onto a scratch piece of paper and then coming back in with our second layer of ink, which is a little bit lighter and it gives the best effect with our card. So we're going to quickly die cut those through. The great thing is there are a couple of double ups with some of our dies there, so that makes it really easy. And if I had stamped my leaves a little bit further apart, I could have done it through with just one swipe through of the cut and emboss machine, but they're a little close, so it's okay, we'll do it twice. Now the great thing is that stamp that stamps the outside and then the inside, that die cuts one piece really easy. And if you're not adding all of these stamped images to your card, you can get a little bit of a stash going with your leftover ones. Now the great thing with this stamp set, you can do a lemon, you can do a lime, you can do a grapefruit, you can do any colour you would like. You know, you're not set to any certain colour, so imagination is there. Now the embossing folder is a 3D embossing folder, so you can use your number 4 plate when you're embossing, and that detail is amazing. So my little tip for you today is actually how to ink up or colour your embossed piece. Now most of us will just emboss and leave it on the card as is, but with this I really wanted to make this the focal piece of my card, so I'm using my stamping inks and our blending brushes to add a little bit of colour to our embossed piece. I'm using 2 blending brushes because one is a yellow brush and then I have a green one. Now I know a lot of people do it my way, where you have one colour to use all your yellows with one and then all your greens with one brush. I find that works really well. If you would like a brush for every single colour that Stampin' Up! Have, you could do that as well, or you could just use the 3 brushes that come in the kit and wash them out each time you use them. The great thing is our Stampin' Up! Ink is water soluble, so you can wash it out underwater, but you will have to let them dry completely before you use them again. So I've come in, I've added colour down to our Daffodil Delight colour down to our lemons, and then I'm coming in with the Parakeet Party to add a little bit of greenery in there. Now my first sample had a lot more greenery, so it just depends on where you put it in the folder to how much greenery you're going to have, whereas the second time here there's not as much greenery in it, but it's so beautiful. You can add a little bit more yellow in parts to give it that different look. Anyway, so we're going to add this down with our liquid glue to our Daffodil Delight matting piece. This just makes it really pop up and look beautiful. Okay, so we're going to layer our pieces together. I'm using that half slice as well as the wedge and our 2 leaves there. I'm going to use little mini glue dots to pop these 2 together, and we are gluing down that half a lemon down to our card base, and then that wedge we're actually going to pop up with some dimensionals. While we're doing that, I just want to say that all the products are listed over my blog if you would like to see all the products that I've used. And if you're in Australia and you would like to purchase any of these products, I have a really great special every month for my wonderful customers. You'll get a handmade card as well as a bundle tutorial. And I love to spoil my customers, so if you're in need of anything, you could certainly go over to my online store. That is linked in the description here as well. So hopefully, if you haven't found me before, you will also subscribe to my channel. I do 2 videos every single week, and I love to do challenges and all sorts of things here on my YouTube channel. So I've just popped those 3 flowers up with some dimensionals. And what we're going to do is we're going to ink up the sentiment that comes in that set. And there's really great sentiments in that set. The Have a Zesty Birthday I thought was a really nice sentiment. So we're stamping that in Calypso Coral onto our card base. And then we can pop up that second piece with some dimensionals, and that will give it some really great depth then. Lastly, all we're going to do is add a few rhinestones for a little bit of bling. I was going to add some really nice ribbon, but I thought we'll leave it there with just some rhinestones. I think this is so soft and sweet, but it's really, really nice as well. So I really hope that you've enjoyed my card, and thank you so much for sticking with me and enjoying it with me. And I hope that you'll come back and see a few of my projects coming up. This is again a catalogue launch party, so you're going to see tons and tons of new products and bundles in from the catalogue, and yeah, I hope that you get some inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.